Hi, Spaces Tech. Lately, I've been exploring the world of the DMG, the Gameboy Macro XL and Gameboy Macros in general. I started out by making a faceplate, a 3D printed faceplate in the style of the Space World, unreleased Space World DS. I've released the files now for that, so everyone that wants to print one can go and print one. I've also released yesterday the files for these buttons. They won't fit in a normal DS, sorry if that disappoints you, but because the buttons usually are higher in the middle than on the outside because of the sloping DS normal shell, so I kind of like half in between and made them all the same height. Made these kind of fit better. So you can use the actual original buttons, or you can use these buttons depending on what you want to do. But I was on Instagram the other day and I seen an absolute killer mod. Basically, what it allows you to do is have a normal DMG Gameboy Macro XL, and it displayed the bottom screen on the bottom, but you flipped a switch and it displayed what was supposed to be on the top screen on the bottom screen, and I was like, I have to have this mod. So I went around looking on the internet, found a few schematics and a few blog posts, a few forum posts on it. So there was one that kept the top screen, and if you want to use it to make it into a DMG 103, or if you want to keep the bottom screen, there was another schematic for that. I'll kind of demonstrate where the test points and stuff on this board. This is the board that I actually killed on my first attempt at this mod. So if you are going to attempt this mod, I'd at least have two DSs on hand. So what you got to do essentially is, this is the ribbon cable connector for the bottom screen. There's a little point on here that is the P6 with a little via, and then there's a little trace. What you do is cut the trace next to the via, remove the solder mask along that trace carefully with like a knife, craft knife or Stanley knife, whatever you want, and then you solder a lead onto there. What normally people do is solder another lead onto the via that's there, but I found make it easier is there's a test point on here, which is the DCLK1, which is the signal clock line for the bottom screen, and then there's one at the top here for the top screen, DCLK2. There's two test points, so you can do solder them. So what you want to do is have the switch, the middle pin of the switch goes to here, and then it either splices in. When it switches one way, it'll splice the bottom screen in, and then switch the other way, it'll splice the top screen in. You follow me? It's quite simple, but like I say, I would try and invest in the microscope I use. I think is about £12, about $15, give or take. It's from AliExpress. Just plug it into USB, easy as pie. So yeah, I killed this board. Not sure what's up with it. So let's have some gameplay footage, because that's what you're all here for. Look at that, it's crazy, isn't it? So this is displaying the top screen. You can just flip at any time to display the. Let's show you. I'll show you a good game to demonstrate some of the kind of good functionality of this. Put a little bit of sound. That's it on the bottom screen. And then flip. There you go. So what we'll do. So if there's the touch screen basically works the same as it did before. So like on this, you'll flip between it. You see this area here, you can remove an item. So if you get an item, you can use it. So let's try, and I think I can get one from here. So if you get an item, we'll flick down to the top. So we just touch it, but you're on the top screen, display on the top screen, touching the general area, and there you go. Comes back. So I'm not sure what other games this would be useful for, but and there's obviously some games that you won't be able to play using this, because sometimes you need both screens, but I haven't really explored it fully. A few people were talking about using, when you looked on some blog posts and some other comments and stuff like that, people were talking about using a shielded cable, which I didn't really find a need for with what I was doing. But if you do need a shielded cable and you have a DS, the cable that's used for the Wi-Fi antenna, that's actually a nice thin shielded cable. but I didn't even cut the two signal cable to be the same length or anything like that, because sometimes people moan about the matching of the single lengths and all that kind of stuff, but it hasn't really affected it, and it turned out quite nice in the end. But yeah, this works for commercial games. If you R4 games, there's not really a software, it's 100% hardware mod. The same with if you use the GBA slot, it'll just work the same, obviously depending on what screen you want it on. But yeah, that's I'll make a blog post in the description which will have more detailed pictures with ringed up where you need to solder to and that kind of stuff. So it's all there. Links to the other blog forum posts that I found, so that you can go back and have a look at what everyone else is saying, because sometimes you pick up little tidbits through some of the comments there. But yeah, it's quite a good mod, but it's not really for the faint of heart. But also, if you want to see how good your soldering skills are. I'm not saying my soldering skills are good. I think I might have just got lucky. I've not tried this again on another one, so maybe. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.